Hi, Analisa Six here with the Lady of Leisure and the Sober Curator to give you the August 2023 horoscope for the zodiac sign of Leo for sun and rising placements. It's our time. It's our time. It's Leo season. Happy birthday to us. These are all of my weird little cats I've been painting that I don't know why. I just have been doing it as a hobby and thought it would be fun to have kitty corner. So I'm just going to keep adding to it. I've never painted before and I'm not very good, but it's still fun. I don't know how other Leos are doing. I mean, my dad's a Leo, my stepdad's a Leo. I've got Leo friends. I think I'm doing the worst out of everybody. My husband's a Leo rising. But yeah, Leo season so far has been pretty rough for me. And I think that I'm kind of blaming Venus retrograde and where it's hitting in my birth chart. I mean, there's a handful of things. Uranus squaring my sun in Leo. Some of us are going through that. If you're a Leo and you've got Leo around the 20-degree mark, mine's at 25 degree, but Uranus is currently at 22 degrees, making a square to our sun. And it's just making me feel frustrated and restless about things in life that I want differently. So I feel like we're kind of going through it in certain ways, but you know, obviously it's different for everybody. Let's start out with talking about August 1st. It's August 8th when I'm recording these videos, but we'll kind of backtrack to August 1st. August 1st, we had a full moon in Aquarius at 9 degrees of Aquarius. And Aquarius is the opposite of Leo. So it's our kind of counterbalance to our energy. So Leo, you know, represents creativity, self-expression, passion, joy, romance, connecting to our inner child and playing, you know, in more of a childlike way. That's why it was really important for me to just start doing something creative with these stupid little cat paintings, is because as a Leo, like some kind of creative expression is really important for me. And a lot of the things that used to do that for me just don't anymore. I don't get the same thing that I used to. And painting is just something I've never tried, and it being new is really fun. So that kind of helps cultivate that play or that inner child. So that's kind of what Leo is all about. And then Aquarius is the opposite. It's fixed air, but it has to do with how we are bringing all of those kinds of themes into the community. It has more of this kind of like activist advocacy energy, community work, whereas Leo is more about entertaining and kind of the self is the entertainment. Aquarius is more about taking everybody else's talents and seeing how it can be good for the whole versus just kind of the self. And so the two balance each other out, because a lot of times Aquarius people are too focused on other people and not enough on themselves, or they look, you know, to kind of their community for answers. And Leo is a little bit more self-reliant and more self-possessed. And so, you know, when Leo needs to kind of get out of its own ego or its own way, it's good to look to Aquarius to kind of look at the community and look at how you can be of service to your community. And then Aquarius looks to Leo to kind of, you know, be more self-fulfilled and, you know, less looking to the group think for validation or answers in certain ways. So they balance each other out. And the full moon in Aquarius, where it hit in the Leo horoscope chart, has to do with relationships specifically. And so this could be romantic relationship, best friends, partners, business partners, those kinds of things, and dating, you know, kind of what we're looking for in a dating situation. And so full moons, you know, can be a catalyst that wherever it is, it's illuminating that area. So the relationship energy for Leo was illuminated on the 1st. And if we felt like we were, you know, Aquarius also oftentimes is associated with change. So if we were feeling like there was something in our relationship that we felt needed to change, or if we feel like something about the way we're approaching relationship dynamics needs to change, and we're kind of trying to call that in, manifest that, also release relationship dynamics that are no longer serving us. That was a big theme for the full moon for Leo on August 1st. We also started out August with Mercury and Mars in the mutable earth sign of Virgo. And the area that's hitting for the horoscope chart for Leo is the area of finances. And so when we have Mercury and Mars going through finances, Mars is not the best placement for money. It tends to kind of come as fast as it goes, or goes as fast as it comes. We can also experience maybe some financial hardships that we weren't expecting, where we're kind of like, oh, I wasn't planning on spending money on that. Now I am. And how am I going to make this work? And Mercury is kind of where the problem solver brain comes in, of how do we make this work strategically. So if you're feeling like August is a little bit ungrounded financially, that could be why, but it's also a really positive time to put order to finances and put order to your relationship to how you manage your money, essentially. So that's really positive. At the end of August, on the 23rd, Mercury is going to station retrograde in Virgo. So we're going to have Mercury retrograde in our money area, which kind of sucks. And then we're also going to have Mars leaving that area and entering Libra on the 28th. The sun will also be moving into Virgo on the day that Mercury stations retrograde. So on August 23rd, we enter Virgo season on that same day. So the sun will be here, like highlighting this area in a way where we really need to get strategic and thoughtful about our finances, our money. And, there might be some things with that retrograde that happen to kind of make that more aware to us, essentially. Venus is retrograde in Leo, in our sign, for the entire month of August, and it's challenging when it comes to our identity and our sense of self. And I know for me personally, this Venus retrograde in Leo has had me reflecting a lot on how I express myself, how I adorn myself, how I put myself out there. I definitely am not adorned or done in a way that I feel good about today. I put some makeup on for these videos, but I didn't have the patience to worry too much about my hair. So I just put a headband in, I'm just wearing a t-shirt, like I definitely feel like I would prefer to have put more effort in, but I just didn't have the energy for that today. But, I've been contemplating a lot, like changing my hair color or changing the way I do my makeup and, just things like that. So if you've been in that reflective place around identity and how you express yourself, that's a big theme for Leo for this Venus retrograde. And also the way that we connect to people, in relationships, like romantic relationships, is a theme too, where we seek validation. Are we able to give that to ourselves? Having it in the area of identity, is that something where we can fill our own cup? We can do self-love rituals. We don't necessarily need it from somebody else. So that's a big theme for the Leo horoscope too. So let's get into the last little bit. I'm keeping these videos pretty short this month. We have a new moon in Leo. It's going to be on August 16th at 23 degrees of Leo, and where this is hitting for the horoscope is that same area that has to do with identity. And so if you're really needing to work on self-love, self-acceptance, feeling empowered in yourself, feeling like you have a strong sense of self, a relationship to self, this new moon on the 16th is a great time to set intentions around those themes. And then at the end of the month, on August 30th, we're going to have a full moon in Pisces at 7 degrees of Pisces. And the area that this is hitting for the Leo horoscope is the house that represents death, sex, rebirth, shared resources, marriage, assets, inherited money, all of those things. And full moons, as we know, are a time to manifest or set intentions towards releasing and letting go of something. And so this is a good time if you want to manifest a stronger relationship to a marital partner, or to, if you're working through existential stuff around death, if you want more sex in your life, all these themes, like this is a powerful time to kind of work on your relationship to that. And, if you want to call more of that in, or if there's things you want to let go, if you're in a relationship where you're ready to walk away, that could also be a theme. Or if there's things that you need to let go emotionally around something that is coming up for you around these themes, if it's around shared resources or assets, sometimes if we're selling a home, or, if we had a family member who passed away and we're having to deal with their estate or things like that, there could be in Pisces a need to like emotionally let go and kind of purge that stuff. It could also be less tangible because this house is also a very spiritual, metaphysical area. It could also have to do with more of an emotional process of letting go of maybe a pattern or situation that is no longer relevant in our lives anymore. And we're dealing with the complex feelings around moving on from that. So that's also a big theme for August, for that full moon. This is a pretty intense month. There's a lot of transits that are happening that I'm not going to go over for the horoscope videos that I touch on in the astrology forecast video at the beginning of this playlist. So if you want a more specific breakdown on each transit, you can watch that video. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to Venus retrograde being over in September. And I wish you all luck. Happy birthday to us, and I will see you guys next month.